Hello, everyone. Welcome back to the NerdTalk podcast. My name is Alex, and I'm here with Vance.
Hello.
And just a quick apology because we're not actually posting the video we meant to post. This is kind of an improv thing. There is no guest this week. It's just the two of us.
Because we're forever alone.
Yep, we're nerds. What do you expect?
Well, we got Ryan last week. I think that's an accomplishment.
Yeah, he's part of a pretty cool podcast, and getting him for our first guest is pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Anyway, so this week's topic, we're talking about greatest superpowers. And as far as I know, we're actually talking about actual superpowers and not creating them ourselves.
Yeah.
Is
Like real
that correct?
superpowers that have been created within Marvel or DC or by TV.
Okay.
We're not coming up with our own.
I'm pretty sure anything we did come up with on our own has already been done.
Yeah.
So you can Google a ton of stuff. Anyway. So
So,
without further ado,
you want to start us off, Alex?
I don't see why not. I think one of the best powers that you could have, and I'm pretty sure I'm not making this up. I'm pretty sure I've seen this with some guy before. I think it's Doctor Strange. It's the ability to manipulate reality.
Doctor Strange has astro projection. Is his technical astrological projection? I believe is what the real term is.
Because you can do anything with that. You'd be unbeatable if you manipulate the reality around somebody.
Okay.
Sweet.
Honestly, I think a really great superpower is probability manipulation.
Yeah.
If you can manipulate the chances of something happening, I think you can do anything.
Well, that's
You
even
could.
then. That in itself is reality manipulation.
True. Like, say you get a lottery ticket. There's a 1 in a million chance that you'll win. You manipulate it so that there's a 100% chance you'll win. Or if you fall into an acid bath, there's generally a 100% chance that you'll die, but you can change that percentage down to 0, so you walk out unscathed. It would almost make you invincible. Now,
Yeah, actually, it could though, because the bullet's coming after you, some guy shooting at you. You can change the bullet. You can change its path. You can alter. You can turn it back around to the guy itself.
right,
It's like you are invincible because you change the chances of anything happening.
right. Now, those are
Then
really
again,
great superpowers. What were you saying?
um, another one of my favorite powers, and it's because he's my favorite superhero, but Wolverine. I think honestly he has the best powers because he is unbeatable, unless you cut off his head.
Right.
But I mean,
Now, when
and
you look at it, Deadpool has the same exact powers.
right.
But for me, I like Deadpool a lot more just because he's so much funnier. He takes his life a lot less serious. And I mean, come on. He's got dual wielding katanas. How cool is that?
Well, the only reason that he takes his life less serious is because he's actually insane.
Well, yeah, there is that. He hears two voices in his head. He hears multiple voices in his
Yeah, it's not
head.
just two; it's multiple.
Yeah. The
I
game
love-
makes us think there too.
Yeah, I love the fact that Wolverine, you can do pretty much anything to him, and he'll just come right back up.
Yeah.
It's awesome, and the freaking metal claws are pretty awesome as well.
Yeah. But that might be a discussion for a later topic.
Yeah,
Better
I-
regenerator. Doctor Who, Deadpool, or Wolverine?
Ooh, that's a good question.
Yeah.
No, honestly, probability manipulation / reality manipulation. That's the best power you could have because you are unstoppable there.
Mhm.
I would love to have those powers.
But that raises the question. They both, I believe, come from. Is it Marvel? Do they both come from Marvel?
Yeah, I would assume with powers like that comes from Marvel.
So it stands to reason that they're not going to give two superheroes just different names, but the same exact superpower. I mean, with Deadpool and Wolverine, that's a little different.
You got Deadpool, Wolverine. You've got the Thing and the Hulk. They're kind of similar. I mean, they're obviously different, but the Thing and the
True.
Incredible Hulk have vaguely the same powers.
And I'm still waiting on a good Fantastic Four movie. Marvel.
Actually, I think you're getting it soon, but that's a topic for another discussion.
Woo. Yeah. Sorry, a little off track there.
Yeah, Marvel. You have to realize that Marvel is very connected with everything it does.
And which
So
is what I love about them.
yeah, so two heroes with the same powers really isn't that bad because maybe there's a whole reason behind it. Maybe there's a deep backstory. I'm not entirely familiar with it because I'll be the first to admit, while I may love comic books, I'm not an expert.
Well, let's look at it this way: the Thing and the Hulk. The Hulk was exposed. Bruce Banner exposed himself to massive amounts of gamma radiation that should have killed any single human.
Right.
I can't remember what the Thing's name was.
His name is Ben. I don't remember his last name.
Yeah,
But I know
Ben.
his first name is Ben.
Well, he was exposed to huge amounts of radiation that should have killed a man.
Right.
They have essentially the same backstory.
The same backstory. They both have super strength. Now, obviously, they're the Hulk is different than the Thing because he can turn off the Hulk, but he can't turn off. Ben can't turn off the Thing.
But Ben's more in control of the Thing. Whereas
Right.
when
Well,
Bruce
this-
turns into the Hulk, he's basically a rage monster. Whereas Ben still has all his feelings, all his emotions, and he's in complete control of his body at any given time.
Right. Well, because that's just who he is now. He's
Yeah.
just Ben with a rock coating. Whereas the Incredible Hulk, he's Bruce Banner's angry side.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's see, greatest. I think we've listed off two of the greatest, but why not give some honorable mentions?
We can do that. One of my second favorites, Spider-Man. I love Spider-Man's powers because he can freaking climb walls. And the whole web slinging, I'm not really considering a power because he wasn't given that by the Spider. The first trilogy of Spider-Man movies ruined that. They messed that up. But the fact that from the Spider, he gained the ability to climb walls. He's super agile. He got super strength. His vision was a lot better afterwards. I mean, to me that was pretty cool. And then he added the whole web slinging to it afterwards, which was pretty freaking sweet.
Yeah, yeah. Because he actually invented web slingers that strapped onto his hand.
So,
Right.
and they've been crushed many times, and he has to rely on things. He has to rely on his other powers. Because I think Dr. Octopus crushed them once. Pretty sure the Green Goblin did, and after that they're just useless.
Right.
And he's found ways around that, and it's pretty awesome.
Right. But I'm trying to think. Great superpowers. Now, I was taking this test and I showed Alex this test. It wasn't really a test, it was more of a poll. You had like 43 options. Or might have been double that. But you made a choice between which power you liked better between two, and then it went on to another set of superpowers, and you selected both of them. Now, one of the options was extreme wealth, for example, Bruce Wayne, and I don't consider that a superpower by any stretch of the means.
Yeah, no, that's not a superpower. That's just a lifestyle. Because if you want to go with extreme wealth, you could also say Tony Stark, and that's not a power either.
Yeah, yeah. Of course.
They bought their powers. They weren't given them.
Of course, Tony Stark invented a full metal power suit, whereas Batman, or Bruce Wayne, invented the bat suit, the Batwing, the Batcave,
Pretty
the
much
Bat Claw,
just gear.
the Batarang. I'm sensing a pattern here.
Yeah. And even then, half the stuff that if we can, when I talk about Batman, the most knowledge I have of him comes from the Dark Knight trilogy. So a lot of the stuff I referred to comes from that. So even if we're talking, a lot of his stuff came from his own company. You know,
Right, right.
he was really quote unquote borrowing most of it because it's his anyway. He can do with it what he wants.
Thank you, Christopher Nolan.
Yes, love those movies. But no, yeah, see, extreme wealth. I don't know why they put that on that list. That's not a power. That was the gateway to their powers, but it wasn't a power.
Right. Um,
I tell you though, those pairings, those were some hard questions.
they were. But you do realize there was a skip button, so it just reshuffled.
Yeah, I clicked. I think I clicked that like maybe once or twice. Other than that, it had me thinking.
Yeah.
I love how they put the doctor on there. That was pretty cool.
Yes, that's another one. Regeneration, I think, is an awesome superpower because the only difference it has is that you can regenerate so many times, but you will run out eventually unless you're given another cycle, which is
Yeah,
which is spoilers, which is what happened in the Christmas special.
yeah. Speaking of which, 2 weeks, or actually no, less than 2 weeks now until it returns. But again, that's what we
That's
need.
it. We
Yeah,
need to
that's
go into a discussion about that,
yeah. Some point.
because Peter Capaldi's doctor is supposed to be like a jerk, and
We'll discuss that once. Well, that's the cool thing. It comes out on a Saturday. It comes out Saturday. Like, we can talk about it the following Sunday.
yeah.
All right, but yes.
Um,
So back to superpowers, since we got off track there. Um.
Look forward to that discussion in the coming week
Oh
or
yeah.
two.
2 weeks. Comes out the 23rd.
23rd. All right.
23rd. Yeah, week from 2 weeks from yesterday.
Okay, I gotcha. Sweet. So back to superpowers.
Yeah, we get off track a lot. That's gonna happen.
Yeah, get used to it.
I'm trying to
just-
think. I would love to say Superman as an honorable mention, but I can't bring myself to do it.
The problem with Superman is that he's too invincible.
Yeah, he was pretty much the first superhero, and they were just like, let's give him everything. But doesn't that make him overpowered? Everything. And they just did that. And I mean, obviously he's wildly successful. I would argue he's DC's
Batman and
you know,
Superman are DC's icons, whereas Avengers and now Guardians of the Galaxy are for Marvel.
yeah, but I would love to say Superman as the greatest powers, but he just has so many. He's so overpowered, and the only thing that can beat him is a rock. So
Yeah, that's the thing I'm looking at. Batman scared of a clown, or Batman's greatest enemy is a clown. Superman's greatest enemy is a rock. And
okay,
the
I'm not
rock,
gonna lie. Oh, go ahead, continue.
that rock, as lethal as it might be for Superman, I think Superman otherwise is just way too indestructible.
Yeah,
Which is why I haven't put him up on this list.
yeah, Superman. I'll never put him on the greatest superheroes list, only because he is so overpowered.
Right. Now, what were
There's
you
like,
saying?
I was just gonna say that I don't like when people refer to the Joker as just a clown. That kind of gets under my skin a little bit.
Right.
Because he's a psychopath. He'll do anything as long as it's destructive, and just calling him as a simple clown is a insult to clowns everywhere. But again, that's a topic for
Well, let's look at it
another
this way.
section.
Clowns everywhere are psychopaths. They're terrifying.
Not as much as the Joker though. The Joker will literally kill you without batting an eye.
Is it bad that I'm scared more of regular clown than the Joker?
That is actually a bit concerning, yes.
I have a serious problem. All right.
Let's see what else. Other good superpowers. I should know a lot of these.
I think Rogue has a pretty good superpower.
I do like Rogue's power,
The ability to mimic other superpowers.
or to take life, because if she continues touching you, you'll die
Right.
if you don't have powers.
Right. It's true. Mystique has a pretty good superpower. She's a shapeshifter.
Yeah, but her powers also come with limitations.
Right.
She in the first X-Men movie. If you haven't, I'm not gonna even like bother yelling spoiler alert. if you haven't seen the first X-Men movie yet, that's your own fault. But she mimics Wolverine, and she has the claws and everything, but it's not adamantium.
Okay.
I would assume it's just some sort of steel because Wolverine is able to cut right through her claws,
God.
and it even causes her pain when he does it.
Well, yeah.
Have you've seen the first? You haven't seen the first X-Men movie, have you?
No, I have not.
You know what? You had 14 years, so it's not my fault.
Boo, friggity who.
Mystique,
I've been working on it. I've been working on catching up on all my DC Marvel movies. I've watched the entire Dark Knight trilogy. Have not watched the new Superman movies.
Don't bother with it. I'm sorry. Don't bother with Man of Steel. It was good, yes. Was it a good Superman movie? No. And I may be biased because it didn't include John Williams' original theme song to Superman, but that's not my decision.
I've been working on getting caught up on all my Marvel movies.
Mm-hmm. Marvel, you definitely need to get caught up in. That's important.
Yeah.
Most of them, at least.
I need to... Yeah, I've got a lot of movies to catch up on, and I've been working on it steadily throughout the past couple of months.
See, if you freaking lived in Ohio, you could, join me and Robbie as we do our movie marathons, because we just did an X-Men one.
Oh, well, look at you guys, all so fancy.
Well, I have the first trilogy on Blu-ray. That's what we decided we were just going to do an X-Men marathon.
Well,
Because X-Men rule.
Alex?
What?
We're way off course.
I know. Well, we're still talking about superheroes and superpowers. We're good.
Yeah, I guess.
But, I can't think of anyone else that I'd want to put on the list of greatest superpowers.
No, it's...
Because you can't say Batman, because he doesn't have powers. Maybe his ninja skills, but do you really want to count that?
Well, he's trained of mental and physical peak, and he's trained in multiple forms of martial arts. He can disarm an opponent exceedingly quickly and efficiently. He can take down an entire room of bad guys easily and quickly. I mean, he may not have any superpowers, but he makes it look easy.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe we can put him on the honorable mention list.
The honorable mention list?
Yeah, we can do that.
Alright.
We'll do that. Where would you place Captain America? Let's talk about Captain America for a bit, because
he was the first Avenger, and he pretty much won World War II.
Kind of. So you guys didn't get to see the end of it.
Yeah. He was the world's first Avenger, so I give him the honorable mention, a high honorable mention, because of that. Now here's an interesting one. What about Solomon Grundy?
I'm not familiar too much.
Well,
what are his...
Well, to give you a basic overview, he was a middle-aged man who decided to go into a swamp for no other reason, and he was cursed. Now he can't die. He's basically a walking zombie. And you're going to hear me referencing the Batman Arkham games a lot. Just deal with it. In the Arkham games, you find him, he's over 6 feet tall, or he's probably over 7 feet tall. And in order to kill him, as Batman, you must rip out his heart.
Huh. I mean, I'm not too familiar with DC's comics just because I never really got around to reading them. But honestly, is there anything that he does? He's just immortal? That's it?
Well, yes and no. He's immortal, somewhat. And he has no emotions, shows any concern for human life. He's incredibly strong. I don't think he's as strong as the Hulk or the Thing. But he's incredibly strong. And I think that's pretty much it. I think he was designed to be a pretty tough villain for Batman.
Yeah.
Like, Bane.
Yeah,
Bane
I was going to say
is
kind of like Bane.
Bane is an incredibly strong villain because of the Venom,
Hmm.
and my favorite my favorite trilogy with Bane is probably the Nightfall trilogy, and that's the one where Bane breaks
That's where he breaks his
Batman's
back.
yeah
Yeah.
breaks his spine. That is
Yep.
my favorite Bane trilogy, and that is why.
Yeah. I don't know where I'd put that Solomon guy, honestly, because I'm just not too familiar with him.
Look him up. Look him
But
up. If
all
you
right.
saw him, you might recognize him. But I don't know. He looks and acts like a zombie.
Let me just get my phone and do that because my computer decides. Oh, now it decides to load after I threaten to not use it. All right, give me the name of the guy again.
Solomon Grundy.
There,
Solomon.
there it is. Pulled it up. Found it. Oh, he's a zombie super. Oh, okay. He looks kind of frightening.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, maybe I could see him on the list. That's kind of terrifying.
Yeah.
What about Oh, dang. I can't even think of anybody right now. I'm so tired.
Um. Here's a question. You know Scarecrow, right?
Yep.
I really wouldn't. I mean, he's a villain, a supervillain, but I really don't think he has any superpowers. He just has fear gas.
Well, see, that's the main problem with a lot of DC's villains, is that
Th-
they have no powers.
Like the Joker,
The Joker,
psychopathic killer with no concern for human life and just loves and revels in destruction,
Lex Luthor, no powers.
but
He
really
just,
wealthy.
yeah, he just owns a corporation. He's very, rich. Yeah.
Like,
Um, so that's the biggest problem with a lot of DC's villains.
but then again, you have DC villains like Killer Croc.
Right. You have Killer Croc. You have oh crap. I could even argue that Poison Ivy kind of she has superpowers. Kind of.
She has control over nature and plant life.
Yeah.
And while that's really annoying, it's not really death. Well, actually, you know what? I take that back. There is a trilogy in which he releases a bunch of spores into Gotham, where if you breathe one in, you'll die. They're poisonous.
Yeah.
And in the Batman Arkham games, there are like these little pods they have to go around busting, because they eject more advanced forms of the spores. Because they're infused with what's known as the Titan formula, which is basically a much more advanced of the venom.
Hmm.
So whereas Bane has to carry around those storage tanks on his back, you take maybe like a regular old shot of Titan, and you turn into a Bane.
Yeah.
It wears off eventually, but
Which is why he wears the mask, because it continually pumps it.
right.
Yeah. DC doesn't. Their villains. There's really no powers involved mostly.
Like right
Um,
now, I'm thinking about Black Mask and the Great White Shark.
Mhm.
Both of them have deformed faces. Black Mask has a black mask literally seared onto his face. The Great White Shark doesn't have a nose and is got a completely pale white face.
That's interesting.
So he's ground down his teeth to be sharp, so his face looks like he's a shark.
Yeah.
Humpty
Harley,
Dumpty.
yeah. Harley Quinn, I don't think has any powers. She's just kind of a female version of the Joker.
Yeah, she was a psychiatrist assigned to treat the Joker, and she believed herself to be madly in love with him,
Yeah.
and helped him escape Arkham. As
Yeah,
far
so
as I
DC, really no powers there. But if you go over to Marvel, it's like, holy crap.
know. Yeah.
Everybody has powers. Well, okay, maybe one or two don't really have powers, like Red Skull. He just has a red skull.
Or Tony Stark. Oh,
Yeah,
wait, we're talking villains.
He's not a villain, yeah. The
What
Green
about
Goblin.
Green Goblin? Once again, just rich and...
Yeah,
But he's psychotic.
that's true. He is kind of their version of the Joker. Because he is insane.
Yeah. But now, some of the greatest Marvel villains. I'm thinking Galactus. He eats entire planets.
Yeah, that's kind of a quote unquote superpower, even though he's not human.
Yeah.
Um,
What is he?
I'm not entirely sure. Up until the Avengers movie came out, I wasn't even like familiar with the whole storyline like that. I'm not really entirely sure.
Because I'm really sure that Galactus is more or less part of the X-Men because he's generally seen alongside the Silver Surfer in those kind of trilogies.
Well, the Silver Surfer is Fantastic Four.
Did I say X-Men?
You said X-Men.
My bad.
Yeah,
Fantastic Four.
Galactus would be part of Fantastic Four because a lot of their villains involve space because that's where they got their powers.
Right.
I think I'm pretty sure that Fantastic Four and the Guardians of the Galaxy are very similar because I want to say that Galactus is a villain in Guardians of the Galaxy a couple times in the comics. I swear he's associated with them.
Really?
I'm pretty sure because their whole. I haven't seen the movie yet. I really need to, but I'm pretty sure they're in space a lot, which makes sense because they're Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah.
So if they've had, I would not be surprised if they've had run-ins with Galactus.
Yeah. But on an earlier note, Deadpool. That movie is a go. I am really excited for that.
Oh, is it a go?
Yeah, the link you posted.
Oh yeah,
The,
I did put that on the page. That's right.
it said the Deadpool movie is a go. The trailer was made for investors.
Yeah. Cool. I actually, to be honest, I didn't even read the link. I just kind of, had it.
Alex,
Oh,
Alex. You're supposed to read everything.
I'm sorry.
It's fine, it's fine, it's fine. So yeah, from what we've gathered today, Superman, 2 Indestructible, probability manipulation, and reality distortion, 2 of the greatest
Yeah.
superpowers in our minds.
Yeah, the greatest thing you could have.
And a lot of DC villains don't have any superpowers.
Yeah.
And you know what? We're running out of time. So let us know what you think are the greatest superpowers. And we won't
You
have
can
a,
leave it. Oh, continue. Sorry.
we won't have a poll this week because the discussion we were planning on having, 2 of our guests that we were gonna have and kind of need couldn't do it. So
Yeah,
that's why we're
believe me,
doing this.
If they aren't here for that, then there's literally nothing we can do because I'm just a limp noodle when it comes to that conversation.
So we're gonna hopefully talk about that discussion next week.
Next week we'll probably have that up if all goes according to plan, which it should.
It should, but
I'm usually not busy on the nights that we record.
yeah. And like I said, leave what you think are the greatest superpowers in the comments below. And is there anything you'd like to add, Alex?
Just a reminder to, if you ever miss episodes or anything, you can always check back to our Facebook page. I do try to keep that as updated as possible. I'm going to start adding not just the video. I mean, yeah, the videos will go on the page. I'm going to start also adding maybe some trivia and whatnot relating to the previous week's conversation.
Right.
So I may, if I can find that link that Vance sent me, I can post that quiz to the page, or Vance can do it, or whatever. But I want to kind of make the page open to more nerdy things than just the video.
Right. And we do keep a playlist of all our podcasts on our YouTube channel. Link in that.
Oh, awesome!
If
I
you're
didn't even know we did that.
Oh yeah. I created the playlist. And if you don't have anything else to add, I think we'll be out.
Yeah, we're signing off. That's it.
And until next time, stay nerdy.